Good morning, traders. It's Thursday, February 14th. It's Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day, everyone. Taking a look at the charts, we've got the SP 500. Obviously, 8:30, we had some news hit the market. I haven't looked to see what it is yet, but if we take a look at the SP 500, 10-minute chart here, you can see the last 20 minutes. We've seen some selling. You can't see the volume here, but the volume has popped pretty significant. So there's some big news hitting the market. Market has quickly dropped down to this previous pivot low here, this short-term support area where it's just starting to bounce as we speak. It's also was resistance over here, of course, broke through that. So tagging first level of support, having a quick technical bounce. We'll see if it can find actually hold up there or if we're going to see a much larger pullback this morning. Overall, the market was trading up nicely this morning. And both of our stocks were also trading up in pre-market. They still are. NIO is trading up about 1% or so. Roku up about 0.5%. But we'll see where the market opens. These smaller stocks, they're really hard to get a read on where they really will open in pre-market because there's very little volume. If we take a look over at natural gas came down yesterday for a Tesla's support level. A little bit of a bounce today, up about 1%, was up about 1.5% a little bit earlier. That's going to move our UGAS position up just a little bit this morning. Overall, we're still looking for some type of consolidation here and pop. In the past, multiple times we've seen the market, the UGAS and natural gas come down, hit this level, bounce, hit it again, and then eventually a couple of days later take off. That's what we're looking for. We were sitting really pretty. At one point, we were up about 20% in pre-market on this. By time the market opens, the market makers always have a way of trying to keep the money away from investors. More or less, by the time the market opened, it was only up about 7% or so. And really, we want to hit a high target on these. These are high potential moves. We don't really want to just get in for quick 5% because they carry a lot more risk than just if we were to trade them for a quick 5% here and there. So we're looking for a bigger pop back. We want really 25% or higher going up here. And that's what we're looking for, is some type of pop. And we might see it move up today if equities sell off. Sometimes we see natural gas rally when there is fear in the market. Taking a look over at, let's take a quick look at the tech sector. Tech sector has been continuing to extend its way higher. It almost broke this previous pivot high, the tech sector, getting right up there to resistance. Hasn't broken it yet. We'll see if it can start to break out there, but overall, the market's a little bit overdone to the upside. If we actually take a look at the short-term 30-minute chart here of the tech sector, we zoom in, you can see this red hashtag. More or less, when we are above this hashtag, it means price is advancing a little too quick. Usually we see sellers step in and move and pull the price down. You can see right at the close yesterday, sellers did step in, get it back below that overbought territory. Today, for the morning, we do have a downward bias in the market for a short-term cycle, and then we've got for the rest of the day, more or less after 11 o'clock or so, 11:30, we could start to see the market firm up again and get some traction. But overall, seeing some weakness in pre-market based on news. And again, most news-based moves are given back. So a quick drop on news, we could see the market recover today. Looking over at the US dollar this morning, having a pretty quick drop. Obviously, the news has triggered a drop in the dollar. Here is the dollar index. And if you take a look, this is the 5-minute chart. So you can see here the last 15, 20 minutes, we've seen the dollar drop, which has helped move the price of metals up. If we take a look over at gold, and let me just go to the 10-minute chart of gold. Here is the 10-minute chart of gold. The dollar falls sharply, the dollar rebounds sharply. Again, this is the 10-minute chart. In the grand scheme of things, we've seen this happen before. This happened yesterday morning, a huge pop in gold in the morning, and then it fizzled right back out on news. So you can probably expect the same type of thing. Again, news-based pops are usually given back, and they're short-term lived. So we'll see how that plays out over the rest of the session here. Looking over at energies real quick, or crude oil, since we haven't looked at it yet, up 0.25% this morning. Again, trying to build this base. Huge downtrend. Looks like it kind of put in a bottom here. It's trying to build a base. It could consolidate here for a while, could pull back. Overall, I would like to see it come down with an ABC correction, a 3-wave correction, meaning the price comes down. We go A, be C. It's breaking this low here is what scares a lot of traders, investors out of the market. More or less, if it could run this a little bit lower one as well, the more it can run those stops, the more it will show panic, flush all these traders and investors who got in at this level. This would scare them out, and then you see the market move up and potentially go up for the 60, 62 target to the upside going forward. Anyways, that looks to be about it this morning. If we take a quick look at Bitcoin, just to recap, it is in this tight little formation. You could argue it's a bull flag, but we are still under pretty significant resistance. If we cut across all these kind of pivot highs with some candles potentially poking through, we're still under this level, lower highs. If we do get a pop and a rally here, where you could argue we're starting to make a higher high and we've got a higher low. We do have a couple other significant highs that that also would be broken for this more or less bottoming formation. If it breaks out of here, we could very quickly see it go back up to the 6,000 mark, which is a significant level going back on the chart where it broke down originally. So we'll see how this starts to unfold. Again, still in a downtrend. A one-day pop is just a one-day wonder at this point. A trend doesn't happen in one day. We need follow through, confirmation, volume behind it. Anyways, that's it for now. Talk to you in a bit. Bye.